Back in 2006, there was a game being developed by the Metal Slug developers. This would turn out to be their final dev work as a studio, and it was never finished. That game was Navinosuke The Yokai Buster. Fast forward to today, and the game's development is being finished by another studio, and it is being released for the Nintendo Switch. Navinosuke is a monster collecting game, much like Pokemon, with around 150 or so yokai to collect. As an apprenticed onmyoji, Navinosuke is traveling the world where he'll encounter various locations infested with these yokai, which are kind of, you can think of them as a sort of spirit monster sort of thing. Sometimes you'll befriend them, sometimes you'll be solving incidents that are caused by them. There are all sorts of different interesting yokai based on Japanese folklore. Navinosuke has a really cool style. It definitely reminds me a lot of the Game Boy Advance period of gaming, which makes sense considering that's where the game was originally meant to be released. It's very clearly not a straight one-to-one ripoff of Pokemon, but it should appeal to fans of that franchise, especially if you enjoyed the simplicity of the older games. The combat style is turn-based, and yokai will have various abilities based on the type of yokai that they are. But there will also be support cards that you can use that add an extra layer of complexity to battle. It'll be very interesting to see if this game really resonates with people. As of yet, there hasn't been that much information released about what the moment-to-moment gameplay will be like, pretty much just the one trailer. But it's really cool to see that a game that was developed around 20 years ago will be able to see the light of day finally after all this time. The original game was actually attempting to do some very cutting-edge things. There was this core mechanic that involved using a GPS unit with the GBA. That way people could actually physically walk around Japan to trigger various things. That idea was scrapped in the middle of development, and actually the game was apparently pretty much feature complete before it got cancelled. There have been so many different game cancellations over the years that have disappointed a lot of different people. It's not often that you get to see one of those come back and get a chance to actually come out. Usually the only way that will happen is if someone finds a random prototype out in the wild and they decide to upload it somewhere so people can try it for themselves. I would say probably keep expectations reasonable here. There are some people that are acting like this is going to go crazy and replace Pokemon. I'll just be happy if it's actually a good game that's worth playing. And from the little that we've seen so far, it looks like it should be. Currently, it seems to only be releasing for the Nintendo Switch. I'd imagine that there's a chance it could come to PC eventually if it does well enough, but for now, it's just going to be on the one console, so maybe give it a shot if you're interested. Navinosuke will be releasing in early 2026, which probably means sometime in the first quarter, possibly in March. For more videos about RPGs of all kinds, make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.